Theatrical Shenanigans with
Suzanne Lane.
Hello there, and welcome to our fourth episode in this current series of Theatrical Shenanigans. I can't believe we're almost at the halfway point already. For those new to the show, firstly, welcome, and second, I'm your host, Rachel Feeney Williams, reaching out from my corner of Devon each episode with a brand new audio play and guest to chat about it with. And today is no different. My guest today is based in the UK and is a passionate theatre lover, which puts her right at home on the show. She has extensive experience across all levels of drama and theatre, holding a master's degree in creative writing and a bachelor's degree in journalism. She has taught youth and dance classes, fostering the next generation of performers, and her expertise in directing has led to numerous successful productions. And if all that wasn't enough, she is also a prolific writer, having authored several books that reflect her deep understanding of the theatrical arts and a commitment to education. I can't wait to chat to her. Welcome, Suzanne Lane.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a thrill to have you here. So, first, as always, we start with the question, what brought you to the wonderful world of theatre?
Well, so ever since I was very, very young, I always did youth theatre growing up and was in quite a few performances then, did drama at GCSE, and then it kind of tailed off really for quite a while and life got in the way as it does. And it was only really a few years back that I decided I wanted to get into it and I joined a local amateur dramatic society and I did a couple of plays with them, but I've never really got over my initial kind of fear of being on the stage as
Mm.
such. I was okay as a kid, but I found it a lot more harder as an adult, and I did get myself quite panicky before performances. And I just decided that I wanted to continue in the theatre world and continue my love of it, but more behind the scenes.
Mm.
And I love the directing side of it, so that's where I've kind of laid a little bit now. So I've kind of just decided to stay on that side and produce, direct, and yeah, absolutely loving it.
So, you've obviously talked about your kind of you steer away from the acting side, but do you have any roles that you really love to do? Obviously, you've talked about directing, but obviously the technical side and the backstage side of theatre is vast. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in terms of dream roles, I mean, I've never been in a musical, and there's particular musicals like West Side Story, The Lion King that I really, really love. I'm not much of a singer. I'm okay with dancing and I can do the acting side, but the singing I'm not great. So I've always shied away. But in my dream world, something like Maria and West Side Story would just be amazing.
So staying in the dream world as a
Mhm.
director, do you have a dream of something you'd like to direct and produce? And obviously talking if
Oh.
money were no object here.
Money was no object. I think, I mean, I'd probably say what probably a lot of people say, and I'd say direct something on Broadway and
Mm.
a top show on there. I'm a massive Harry Potter fan, and I think doing something like
Mm.
Harry Potter and Cursed Child on
Oh.
Broadway would just be the best director role ever. I was lucky enough to go and see it a couple of years ago there, and it was just so magical and amazing. And I think being able to do something like that would just be, oh, yeah, amazing.
But one really exciting thing you've recently done is started a production company.
Yes.
What made you decide the road you wanted to go down, and what's on the horizon there?
Oh, well, it was, I mean, I'm quite a bit of an impulsive person anyway. I love to take risks and I love to try new things. And my motto for anything is life's too short and anything you want to try, just try it. So that's kind of where it came from to start with. So I really wanted to start doing some more plays and directing some more plays. And there's not that much where I live, not that many opportunities of local groups to join,
Mm.
or to do that as part of. And I thought, oh, I'm gonna risk it and try and do my own. So we've created a company called Half Productions, myself and my partner. And yes, we've got a couple of good things on the horizon already. So at the end of October, we have The Pillow Man at the Artrix Theatre in Bromsgrove. It's a play by Martin McDonagh. He's an Irish writer. It's gosh, how to describe Pillow Man? So it's it's dystopian detective drama, I guess is probably the best way to describe it. There's four main characters, two of which are detectives, and the main character, Katurian, is a writer, and he writes stories that have quite a few twists involved, quite some horror stories in those. And on the back of that, some children are found murdered from, so it's quite intense. Children are found
Mm.
murdered from, in the same way that there've been in particular stories of his, and he's been brought into, in front of the police to discuss this and obviously to see if he's involved. His brother's also been brought in, but his brother has the mental age of a 7-year-old, so he's very
Mm.
difficult for them to speak to. And it's all about the relationship between the two brothers, all about the writer's stories and how they seem to have come to life, with quite a lot of twists in there as well. But it's a fascinating script, and it's one that I fell in love with just from reading it. And yeah, it's all um, very psychological rather than too much drama in front of you as
Yeah.
such. And there's a lot of him stopping in the play to tell the stories halfway through, which
Mm.
we're doing in a really good way. How we're going to stage that, I won't give away too much, but we're
No.
staging it in a very specific way, which we think will be different to how it's been done previously. It had a run on the West End with Lily Allen and Steve Pemberton in, so
Oh, wow.
it did quite well on the West End. So we've just put our own stance on it, and yeah, I think it's going to be good.
And if our Theatrical Shenanigans listeners want to join you and see this fabulous play, tell us where they can find it. Plug
Great,
away.
great. Yes, please do. So we live in we're based in Bromsgrove in the West Midlands. It's in a gorgeous theatre called the Artrix, which is right in the heart of Bromsgrove. Free parking, right by loads of lovely bars and things for afterwards.
Mm.
It's a lovely area. It's all volunteer run, so it's a lovely team there who are all doing their best for the community. Tickets are only £13 each, and there's still a little bit of availability left. And yeah, please come see it because we think it's going to be something very, very different for people to come and watch.
So, what does the rest of the year look like for you? Do you have more exciting projects coming up as well?
We are also at the Artrix in Bromsgrove. We are in charge of their annual pantomime this year, which is a huge honour that we've been given the rights to do that. There was, from what I understand, there was 5 different companies pitched against each other, and we
Oh,
won the
wow.
pitch. So it was fabulous to be able to do that. We're doing Treasure Island, which we thought was something a bit different for Panto. So it's been
Mm.
done a few times before, but never in our area. It's completely new, basically, for Worcestershire. And it's not a very well-known pantomime as such. So we really wanted to break the mold a bit and do something a bit different. We've rewritten the whole script. So I've sat and painstakingly pretty much rewritten the story. Hopefully it'll be funny. Hopefully there's some nice jokes in there. I think it's funny, but we'll see if other people find it funny. We've got some amazing modern songs in there. Tech-wise, it's going to be phenomenal. We've got some really good special effects and tricks that are going to be happening through it.
Mm.
And yeah, really excited about running it. We've got 37 shows back to back
Oh,
throughout the
wow.
whole of December, so it's going to be a crazy time of year. But we've got a phenomenal local cast who are all professionals, who are excellent at what they do. And yeah, we're very, very lucky to be putting this together.
Sounds like you're gonna need a nap come January.
I think January, I'm going into hibernation.
Yeah, I don't blame you in the slightest, no. Um, I know you said you rewrote the Panto script.
Mhm.
As a playwright, I kind of have to ask this question now. Do you feel inclined to do any writing of your own, or is that again something that goes away in the cupboard and not talked about?
As part of my kind of day job, as it were, I do writing as well. I've got a journalism degree, I've got a creative writing master's,
Mm.
so I write my own novels as well.
Oh, wow.
So I love writing already. I've always been very much into writing songs and poems and stories and all fiction work. And this is the first full play I've ever rewritten. So it's very much based on the original Treasure Island story. So
Mm.
still holds the traditional elements and the characters. And we've just rewritten it to give it more of a panto vibe to it, really.
Yeah.
But it was super fun to do, really fun to kind of use my kind of writing skills to try something else. And
Mm.
it's definitely something I'd want to continue. I've looked into possibly maybe writing more scripts in the future for people and maybe putting together my own plays. And yeah, it's just finding the time at the moment to sit down. I've got lots of ideas, but actually just getting them down at some point.
And last but certainly not least,
Mhm.
do you have a standout moment? A moment when you think about it makes you think, yeah, this is why I do what I do.
So for me, it has to be whenever I see something that I've helped put together being brought to life. So we in our rehearsals for both plays that we're doing this year, for both Pillar Man and the pantomime, just watching the actors and how incredible they are just makes me feel so lucky, first of all, that they said yes to being part of our team and to taking
Mhm.
on the challenge of working for a new company as well, because for them, it could have been seen as a massive risk for them starting with a new production company. And
Yeah.
I'm really thankful that they've taken a chance with us. They're incredible, every single one of them. They put their heart and soul into it, and just watching it being brought to life. Also watching things through children's eyes and the youth groups I help
Mhm.
to run as well. So I help with a local youth group, and we've got child ensemble, dance and drama groups as part of the pantomime. And just watching their friendships come together. A lot of them didn't know each other and have come together into this new element together, and just watching their friendships blossom, and just hit when they say thank you at the end, just for giving them the opportunity. And I think, gosh, I want to thank you for being so amazing. Yeah, I think that's what I do it for, really, but just for the love of it.
So now we move on to our playwright and play for this episode. Mark Harris is a playwright, singer-songwriter and guitarist with a passion for music, writing and singing. He's been writing for over 3 decades and writing in multitudes of forms, ranging from full-length and short plays right through to topical and satirical songs. He enjoys writing in a naturalistic way with a sprinkle of humour whenever possible, which is exactly what we get in today's play. Mark's play we'll hear shortly is entitled Stage Door Blues and was inspired by standing outside the stage door of the Theatre Royal Drury Lane after a concert, with an assortment of characters waiting until midnight on a freezing November evening. In this play, we meet Liz, who's determined to wait until she had a theatre programme signed, but her husband Robert is impatient. Can they overcome their differences and their bickering, and is Liz able to hold on to a certain secret that involves this particular actor? Theatrical Shenanigans presents Stage Door Blues by Mark Harris.
I don't know how much longer I can wait.
Surely you don't need to go again.
No. I meant leaving this place for good. I mean, preferably sometime before midnight would be nice, Liz. I think I'm losing the will to live.
Don't be so dramatic.
Oh, me? Dramatic? Probably the most exciting part of the evening was missing 10 minutes and having to ask the entire row to stand up. Twice. In fact, there was more movement going on there than on stage.
Is that the best you can come up with? You didn't help things by leaving your mobile on. How many times did I remind you to turn it off?
Well, it was Kevin. He wanted to check I hadn't been kidnapped by the Russ Appreciation Society.
It was so embarrassing. The chicken song playing throughout the death scene.
Well, I couldn't get to it in time.
The woman beside me wasn't too happy either about being disturbed.
Well, if you ask me, the whole evening's been disturbing. I mean, witnessing all these women of a certain age swooning over their favourite actor.
Oh, that's highly original, Robert. I hope you're not including me in that description.
Most definitely, darling.
Oh, stop complaining, will you?
Me? Complaining?
You said you were happy to come along.
But only because Sally dropped out at the last minute, so I thought I'd accompany you to downtown Sheffield. I made that catastrophic mistake thinking I'd be able to stomach it. I could have stayed at home with my model soldiers.
I suppose anything's got to be worth a try to put a stop to that stupid hobby of yours.
She probably couldn't face another night with Russ.
You leave Russ out of it. He's a terrific actor and a delightful person.
You call that acting?
He's won plenty of awards.
That was so have Anton Deck.
You can be very mean and hurtful at times. At least you're consistent.
It's freezing out here.
And why on earth you suggested putting our coats on way before the end?
Well, I thought we could leave early, before the stampede.
I told you we wouldn't feel the benefit when we came outside.
Oh, not that old wives' tale again. Not that I'm calling you an old wife, darling.
All I want is an autograph for the programme.
But we've been waiting outside this stage door for exactly 1 hour and 18 minutes. No sign of Russ so far, and just about everyone else. And what a silly name he's got.
No more than yours, Robert Deere.
What on earth do you all see in him?
Oh, you couldn't even begin to understand. There's something about him. He's dreamy,
Dreamy.
commanding, respectful, fun, kind. You could take a leaf out of his book.
Sounds like the perfect package. You do realise, Liz, he's an actor of sorts. I mean, that's not what he's really like. I mean, in real life. Not in your fantasy land.
Oh, be quiet.
I think he's quite effeminate, actually.
Anything but. Oh, Robert, I do believe you're jealous.
Me? Jealous? Not in the slightest. I've never heard of anything so ridiculous, darling.
You're the ridiculous one, dear.
As far as I can remember, there've been 3 of us in this marriage. You, me, and the boy wonder.
Pure jealousy. Isn't that one of the 7 deadly sins?
Well, I don't know, but I know what the 8th one should be.
What's that?
Being a member of his Facebook fan club. It's like a cult. I'll tell you what, he could give Tom Cruise a close run for the money. And as soon as we get home, I'm ripping up that calendar of yours in the kitchen.
You will not.
It's got to stop. It's no longer agreeable to me.
I've just about had enough. I'm speechless.
About time.
You're upsetting me.
Sorry, Lizzie. I was only joking.
It's not funny anymore. And you know I don't like being called that. You do it on purpose to annoy me.
What have I got to be jealous about?
You obviously feel threatened. Clearly.
Ah, what a load of codswallop.
When you look deep into those sparkling blue eyes, you can't help but melt away.
It's too damn freezing for anything to melt. Anyway, I'm sure one of them's a glass eye.
What nonsense.
It's that funny stare he gives. The way he acts. It wouldn't surprise me if he had 2 glass eyes.
You've never even met him.
I haven't had the misfortune, and only because I've always been sensible enough to keep my distance and stand away from the frenzied crowd of autograph hunters and selfie fanatics. I mean, what a group of misfits. Most of them look like a cross between Quasimodo and a neighbourhood stalker.
You're not as funny as you think you are.
You know, you're infatuated.
And you're obsessed. Oh, you can't stop going on about him. What about at Wimbledon? You were practically drooling over that tennis player, a third of your age, when you asked her for a photo. Oh, you could barely control yourself.
Yeah, well, that was different.
Like a little schoolboy. And you were living off the story for weeks.
I haven't seen that photo in ages.
That's because I deleted it from your mobile. For my own sanity.
You what?
You heard.
That was my personal property. Midnight, not a sound from the pavement. Has the
It's
moonlight...
his birthday today.
Whose? Oh, not him again. How do you know that?
I just do.
You seem to know an awful lot about him. You'll be telling me his favourite colour next.
Turquoise.
Right, that's it. I'm giving him another 5 minutes. Then we're off. Oh, Russell! Russell! Come out wherever you are. I'll still be in the closet.
It says here that the theatre is said to be haunted. An ungainly-looking, oddly dressed man is occasionally spotted in the upper circle, waving his arms around in horror. Ah! I hadn't realised you'd sneaked up there.
Well, he obviously can't afford the stalls either.
We didn't pay for the tickets, remember?
Yeah. You certainly managed to lay your hands on quite a number of free tickets over the years.
It's the fan club.
How many signed programmes have you got now?
16.
Crazy. I wouldn't mind, but every one of them says exactly the same thing. To dearest Liz, best wishes and love, as always, Russ. followed by 2 kisses.
2 kisses.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
It's personalised. He makes it special.
Does he even have a second name?
You know his second name. It's the same as our Gordon.
Yeah, what's that?
Gordon, our son. Remember him?
Oh, please don't tell me you named him
Of
after...
course not. It's a complete coincidence.
I do hope so.
Our lovely Gordon.
Yeah, he's a great lad. It's amazing to think he'd be 25 next month.
Doesn't seem possible.
He was our little miracle baby.
Oh, not so little now.
Feels like only yesterday. All those years of trying with me being told I could never father a child, and then bingo. Yeah, we hit the jackpot.
It was a miracle.
Who do you think he takes after the most?
With his good looks, charm and sense of humour, it has to be his father.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing to say, thank you. I'm sorry for being insensitive before. You know how tetchy I get when I'm losing my patience.
Oh, you need to calm down.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't pick on Russ. After all, he's given you something I could never give you.
What's that?
The joy of sets.
What did you say?
Theatre sets. Shows. You know.
Maybe we shouldn't wait any longer. He could have left by another exit.
Oh, another exit. Now you tell me. You changed your tune. No, look, we stayed this long. We may as well stay to the bitter end.
I've got to find the loo. I hope the front doors are still open.
What if he walks out?
Just be yourself. Oh, no, maybe that's not the best idea.
Well, what would I say to him? I wouldn't know.
He's not the Dalai Lama, is he? It's not that difficult. I'm sure I'll be back before he gets out. But if not, will you promise to be nice to him?
Yeah, okay. Oh, Mr. Gordon.
Good evening. Please call me...
Oh, we loved your performance tonight, Russ.
Russ.
Sorry.
Ross. Russ, you've got me doing it now. It's been a long day.
It was fantastic.
Praise indeed. Thank you.
A really good play and some fabulous acting.
Yes, all right. Sorry for the wait. It looks like you're the last one standing.
Yeah, they're still rounding up the ones that got away.
They're what?
They're... I said they're still rounding... never mind. It wasn't really funny the first time round.
No, it was a joke. I get it now. It wasn't a bad performance tonight. Apart from the idiot who had their mobile switched to full volume. What was that?
The chicken song.
What?
Spitting Image, you know, I think. Shocking, wasn't it? I mean, what an idiot. When will they learn?
I think a little common courtesy goes a long way. Did you want me to sign?
Yeah. My wife's programme. Here.
Oh, so she's gone off and left you holding the baby, as it were.
Oh, she had to go to the... she had to powder her nose. She's a massive fan of yours.
What a shame. If it was earlier, I'd wait a little while, but my wife is waiting for me.
Your wife? Oh, that's okay.
Who should I write it out to?
To Liz.
Liz. I used to know a Liz years ago. I used to call her Lizzie. Beautiful lady. She loved going to the theatre. There we are.
My wife can't get enough of you.
I wish my wife could say the same.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Oh, that was a little joke of mine.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Thanks for this. She'll appreciate it.
It's always nice to meet the public. Sorry I couldn't meet your wife. Maybe next time. Please pass on my best wishes to her.
I will. She'll be back soon. I mean, this is the 17th programme you've signed for her, believe it or not.
17th? Well, then I must know her. I don't recognize you.
I rarely come out with. It's usually a girls' night out.
Liz, of course. That Liz. So, you're the husband.
Yeah, Robert,
How's the son doing?
you know, I've got a son.
Well, you get to know your fans pretty well over the years and find out about their lives.
Well, I'm impressed. Yeah, he's doing well, thanks. He's a terrific son. He'll be 25 next month.
25. Well, well. If he takes after his mother, he won't go far wrong. Oh, I must dash. Good to meet you after all this time. Good night.
Yeah, good night. Well, he wasn't what I was expecting. Not at all. Seemed quite decent, really. I'm afraid you've missed him, love.
Good.
Good.
So you won't have to wait any longer.
Oh, he's all right, that Russ.
Did you manage to get it signed?
Yes, I did.
Great. To Liz, regards, Russ Gordon. Oh, it's a bit cold, isn't it?
It is, it is. Come on, love. Let's go.
I always say that stories about theatre never fail to entertain, and that one definitely did. That was Gilly Fick as Liz, Jeff Tullin as Robert, and Patrick Hibben as Russ, definitely not Ross, in Stage Door Blues by Mark Harris. Suzanne, what did you think?
Oh, loved it. Absolutely loved it. I think the comic timing is perfect in there. The sarcastic little jokes thrown in as well are all brilliant. And the twist is just
Mm.
crazy twist.
There were certain points where the images created by the words were definitely very clear. So it's when Robert talks about women of a certain age swooning over their favourite actor.
Oh, goodness. Oh, I know completely. I can just imagine myself when I'm at the theatre or watching the programme, and I'm the same. My other half tells me off for it. Yeah, it was really, yeah, the imagery of it was brilliant. You know, brings it to life, them standing outside, the theatre, imagining him in the theatre when his phone goes off and all of that sort
Oh
of thing as
God,
well. Like
yeah.
you can really imagine the embarrassment of the woman as well, and the shame when she's so obsessed with this actor on the stage as well, and her husband's just embarrassing her like that. And yeah, as I say, everything around the twist as well, and all the little mentions throughout the whole script towards babies, and
Mm.
all the little references that kind of lead up to the big spoiler in the middle.
But it's like when he talks about being a member of his Facebook fan club, it's like being in a cult. It's like I
Yes.
know I've seen
It
Facebook groups
really
like that,
is.
and it's
Really is. Yeah. And I mean, oh gosh, Facebook, Twitter, they're all bad for
Mm.
it, aren't they? With people really taking things seriously, or, yeah, believing that the characters are real, and yeah.
It's funny when you talk about the twist in the middle. I was sat there for a while thinking, has Robert really not put this together? Because he seems like a fairly intelligent man, and I'm just sat there thinking when he talks about them trying and trying, and then obviously having their son, and I'm like, like, oh dear.
But I thought as well, I thought in some way, do you think he does know, or is he
Yeah.
really that blinded by it? And the first time I listened to it, I thought, oh, yeah, I think he probably does know. But then going back and listening again and reading the script, I thought, actually, no, he doesn't seem to know. He does seem to be that kind of hidden from it, really.
It explores relationships on so many different levels because you've got the obvious one between Liz and Robert, the and then the subtexted one between Liz and Russ because obviously they the married couple talk about it up until the point where we see Russ for the first time,
Yeah,
and then Russ and Robert talk about it, and then you realize that their relationship has kind of come to that end
yeah,
because it's just to Liz regards and that's it.
yeah, yeah,
Um, and it's you almost think back to I've read stories about when people have had affairs and stuff, and they run into the partner like either in a supermarket
yes,
or
yeah,
through a shared friend or whatever, and
yeah,
they always say like, "Oh, I didn't even think about the wife or the husband because
Yeah.
he never met them. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's kind of what is done really well here. Like Russ is forced to face the fact that,
That yeah, Robert doesn't
this was an
exist.
affair.
Yeah.
Now you're
Yeah.
facing the consequences, or at
Yeah.
least the husband of the consequences. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I also love the fact that Liz and Robert's relationship is wonderful because they've obviously been married for quite some time,
Yes.
and they do this, backwards and forwards, dry and sarcastic, and oh my God, I can't believe you're making me do this again. But when it comes down to it, when she goes off to go to the bathroom, he still waits for him.
So
He's
yeah,
got no interest in meeting this bloke whatsoever.
no,
But as soon
no,
as it's for his wife, he will stand there in the cold and he will
and do
continue to
it.
wait.
Yeah, you kind of get the impression she wears the trousers a bit in that relationship, and I think, which is great. And it just seems quite typical of a couple that have been together a long time and they're bickering and making sarcastic comments to each other, but they're still, yeah, they're still madly in love at the end of the day. And I think that's very true I felt their relationship felt very real. It felt very true to life as well. It felt like it could be based on a couple that the playwright knows themselves,
Yeah.
really. Because it was very, very typical of the normal bickering between a husband and wife.
Yeah, I always say that I love plays where the characters feel like there's someone you could meet in the street.
Yeah, it really
Um,
did. And I can think of a few people that they reminded me of as well, just reading it. So
and you're left open to much more of the story as well. So obviously, there's that moment where Liz thinks their relationship has gone cold, but
mm,
it's not
yeah,
conclusively ended. I mean, we don't know if it's still going on now.
yeah, yeah,
But you've got obviously that side of it. You've got the son that you never see. You've got how this all started, and none of that is bits of it are talked about, but none of that is seen in the short play, which is what I
yes,
think is brilliant because you've got the option to either expand it and
yes,
give the audience the full story,
yeah.
which would be wonderful, or you leave them with that whole wanting more aspect, and then you go out into the pub and have a 2 hour conversation
Yeah,
about how you
absolutely.
think the rest of it
Yes,
goes.
yes. Yeah, I completely agree with that. And I think um, Liz to me is probably quite a complex character in the way that she has obviously, met up with Russ a lot of times on the sly in the past, obviously had an affair. She's continued to go um, to his performances over the years, has always made sure she gets in for free, makes sure she gets a program, goes with a friend. But the one time she goes with her husband, that she'd naturally want to hide her husband away from Russ. So you'd think that she'd want to sneak him out the door at the end and leave as quickly as possible,
Yeah,
rather than wait for an hour for somebody that she's had an affair with that she knows is then going to meet her husband. Um, that to me seems very a bizarre way of doing things. So there must be something kind of complex going on with her where she wanted the two men to meet.
mm, possibly. I keep thinking going back to it, thinking that it's almost cruel in a way because
It
both she
is.
and Russ are privy
Mm.
to this knowledge of what's gone
And
on
he's
between
having to
them.
stand outside for an hour in the cold, waiting
Yeah.
for someone that she's had an affair with. Yeah, it's very cruel. Yes.
So yeah, as a character, she's there's a lot in there.
Yeah.
But given it's 18 pages long,
Yeah.
and there is a lot that you get told, and a lot that you see, and a lot that's suggested, which leads to more
Yes.
questions. And like I said, you can leave this play with a lot of discussing points, which I always think makes great theatre.
I completely agree. And I think, like you say, being a shorter play, sometimes you run the risk of there being too much fluff in there and
Yeah,
just really get to the point. Whereas I feel like the playwright with this knew that because it was a short play, just had to hit the point, hit the point straight away, really. And I like that about it, that there wasn't any kind of extra bits in there, that there was nothing in there that I felt should have been taken out,
yeah.
really.
I think sometimes you do have what I classify as unnecessary dialogue.
That's it. Yeah. And absolutely. Yes. And I didn't get that at all with this. I felt all of it was on the point.
Yeah, and it definitely offers things on multiple levels because, like I said, you've got the emotional side of it, you've got the relationship exploration between the characters, and then you've got moments that just genuinely make you giggle out loud. That point where Liz says he's won plenty of awards and Robert responds, "So have Ant and Dec." I
Yeah.
was just,
Yeah. I like the bit where they said the joy of sets as well, and it was like, oh,
Yeah. Joy of sets.
cheeky.
Um, okay, we are almost out of time. Suzanne, what are your final thoughts on the piece as a whole?
Um, yeah, as I say, really enjoyed it. I think all three characters are, as I say, people that you could know in your own lives. I don't think there was anything too over the top about any of them. It's very complex characters, very concise in how it's all been put together in the short amount of time. And yeah, really, really enjoyed it. It's one that I would happily go and watch.
Okay, we are out of time. Suzanne, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you so much, Rachel. It's been a pleasure.
And that is all the time we have for in this episode of Theatrical Shenanigans. I hope you enjoyed Mark's play and my chat with Suzanne. If you did, don't forget to tell us so with a like, follow, share or comment. And if you're in the Worcestershire area later this month, don't forget to check out Pillowman. Or if you're around at the end of the year, maybe book tickets for their pantomime. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another guest and another play, but in the meantime though, I've been Rachel Feeney-Williams, this is Theatrical Shenanigans, bringing down the curtain and saying, I hope you can join us next time. Theatrical Shenanigans is part of an RFW Scripts production, found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts and Podbean. Theme music is written and produced by Chris Cody.